Hello guys, this is Kazrahim bringing you another little video from War Thunder. Switch to player perspective. Indicators. It's gonna be another video from War Thunder. It's a replay, so bear in mind that fact. I know we're not gonna see a lot because War Thunder replays have a long way to go to reach the level of what we have. No, but I'm sorry for this little bit of me shaking. I'm listening to some I think I listened to something while doing this, so I was listening to music while playing and I just, tapped around with the plane. We should see at least those dots. This was a decent game, and of course, as always, as War Thunder goes, I'm gonna talk about a few things. Maybe even, I'll actually focus on how to do stuff in War Thunder. We're playing the Americans. This is the F4F Hellcat, which is a rank 2 plane. Although we have the first bomber sighted. It carries 6 machine guns, and those are 50 cals, so it's a decent machine, But I tend to find that I have better luck with the Hellcat than with the Corsair, which is weird, because actually I really played well with the Corsair back some time ago. So now we are just diving on this guy. Oh, it actually doesn't look like a proper bomber. We're gonna see when he's gonna be closer. Bowfighter. And you can see I can keep spewing shells at him, light him on fire and destroy him. So that's one. And actually this is pretty decent. Now we have another guy right behind us, and I see two other guys. So that means there are 3 enemies flying nearly to us. So I just dip around and there's a guy. Ah, problems while turning. But that's a fighter, that's a Spitfire mark. And critically damaged. Lost control of the elevator and shot down, so second kill. Shooting a yak. Nothing done. But there's another guy. This game was good because I actually gotten a lot of kills with this plane solely. And then I continue on with other P40. P400. P400 has a 20mm cannon in the front. It's the introduction vehicle, the introduction plane to the Air Cobra series. You can see I'm not using flaps, and I'm still able to keep up with his turn. And I can keep shooting, This is the best thing about the Americans. And I rip his wing off. Go back again. Gain some speed. There's 2 guys over here. One is going... there it is. It's a bomber and it's making it made a U-turn. But... no, he's not gonna crash. I'm gonna actually puke some damage on him. Unfortunately, I didn't do nothing. So, as far as playing War Thunder, I think I'm gonna make a short series from replays. Like, I'll play a few games and I'll just pick the best moments for a given situation to talk about something, and I'll actually make something like Ram JB and another kill made with how to play in War Thunder. Honestly, because a lot of people have the problem that they don't quite understand what's going on. And that guy got killed by another F6F. No, we had a F6F. Nice. And another plane, another Bowfighter. A guy crashed into him, but didn't inflict critical damage, and I just, braked engagement. I don't want to head in with a lot of my own guys, because that's always, a perfect recipe for disaster. Now I think I'm reloading and going back towards... Oh, I didn't. A Spitfire Mark 1. Na 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 na. As we can see, another American is shooting. And I'm just breaking engagement because there's too much on that Spitfire. And a Spitfire isn't that dangerous for me. You can see I'm making damage all the time. Critical. He stopped shooting. Now, this is the usual point when 15 people will think, ah, this bomber is the most important thing to go for. As you can see, I'm getting shot by my teammates. And there we have them, all three of them. Just terrible play by teammates 90% of the time. People don't know where to aim. They have no fucking idea where to aim, and they just push the button and think and hope for the best. And they keep on shooting the guy who's in the perfect engagement range behind the bomber. And another bomber, they just keep on coming. It's just like one after another. They are very persistent in getting the ground kills. Level out the plane. Aim. Pilot is unconscious. Another kill. Can we see the scores? Statistics? Maybe? Nope. There's nothing. And now we have another plane, but that's another bomb. Oh no, that is a bomber. The 10C. 110C. And again, inflict damage. Shoot, inflict damage. And he gets shot down by me! Damage of the cooling system. And there's a Ju-87. And another kill! So you can see this was a very strong game for the F4F. But yeah, like I said, I'm thinking about... Oh, a Henkel? Oh no, yeah, that's the 110C4. Actually, I'm thinking about making a short series to... And again, it's mine. It's something that I'm thinking about to make a some short videos about 10-15 minutes long about how to play. Like one video about how to aim, where to aim, with what kind of aiming, what kind of ammo to choose, then second like how to properly do maneuvers, how to use your energy advantage. And this was my derp moment. I just was too fast and didn't change completely and rammed into him, killing myself in the process. But you have to derp at some point, I believe. By this point of time, I actually got 9 kills already. Now I'm in my Corsa, the slow but steady. And he ain't slow, and he ain't steady. But I really liked that plane some time ago, and now I'm gonna get more into it. Because once I unlock the B-25 Mitchell for rank 3, I'm gonna try to finish off the whole research on the Corsa and try to get the next Corsa. So I didn't do anything with that. Aim at this guy, the Spitfire, but I misplaced my shots. Like one bit of advice that I can give you that applies very well. Realize where you have your guns. If your guns are on your wings, realize the fact and behave accordingly. What that means basically you have your gun coheration, that's about the distance where your shells hit exactly in the same spot. So normally you have, for fighters, I would say 300-400 meters. That's not the typical engagement range, honestly. That's not gonna happen all that often. You're either gonna be closer or further away. Most of the time you're gonna be farther because you start engaging at 780 meters, something around that when you have the aiming reticle. That's usually where people start to shoot. And he crashed. And basically you have to have that in mind, that if you have your guns on your wings, at 400 meters the shells travel exactly where you are aiming at. They all hit in one point, but after that they start to separate, and before that they are deviated by the length of the wing. So like right now you can see I'm chasing this Spitfire Mark II. Look at what I'm doing with my wings to make use, and I'm getting shot to hell by my own teammates. Notice that I always try to position the aircraft so my wings are exactly the same way as my enemies. Why? Because then it's not one side of guns that is shooting, it's two. So even if you are missing with most shots because of the coheration, if you position your aircraft exactly like the enemy, like if he's going, maybe we'll have a, yeah, I think we're gonna have a showcase of what I'm trying to sell now, because I'm gonna dive on those guys. Then you will exactly have a perfect opportunity. Like look at now, at the lighting. Now I'm completely leveled. But the moment I start leveling out with him, I try to be exactly like that. Now he's trying to dive, so I follow. With the Corsair, I'm not that good with it because the Corsair tends to roll a little bit unfriendly. And there we go. There's a kill. Separation, separation, separation. And just always be mindful of that. You can see that I don't do that myself all the time. Because I similarly did it, but I could have done better. Now a Spitfire Mark 2B just ripped my pay. Just horrible. But he has cannons, so, you know. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, and it's gonna be... Maybe you're gonna get a little bit more out of what you're doing. But as I said, I'm gonna try to make videos, because I have to make those videos not from replays, but in proper game. And the Air Cobras. In proper game footage, because you guys will have to see the lead markers and everything. So you have an idea of what I'm talking about, especially when I'm gonna be talking about aiming, because as easy as you may think it is, it's not. Well, it is, but you have to keep in mind one thing. This looks beautiful when a plane does that, where they puke completely tracer rounds and they just, you know, bounce off. One thing that is weird, they bounce off water. They wouldn't. But that's a whole different story. So, because there's nothing particularly to fight right now, I'm just keeping my altitude. And now I see that we have no one over here, almost. Only one guy. So I want to help him out. And this is actually, I think... And the Hurricane got shut down, so... But that's a Spitfire that just killed one of ours. And now let's have a little bit of a lesson of how to behave. So we're going in a head-on, right? He knows that going in a head-on with an Air Cobra isn't that good, but I have the speed advantage, so I start to do a high yayo and then go into vertical. And I twist my plane around while looking at him, checking what is he doing. He's way too far to try to do anything, and then I do a hammerhead. Nail the radar, turn my plane upside down and dive on him. And now if he's smart, and he is, he's gonna do exactly that. He's gonna turn inside of me, but I'm not gonna go in that turn fight with a Spitfire. I'm not that stupid. Pull back up into a yo-yo. Exchange altitude, speed for altitude and altitude for speed. Now again. And again. Constantly exchange energy. Constantly exchange your speed for your altitude for your speed. I have a speed advantage, and I'm fairly certain that he, in a Spitfire, will never be able to outmaneuver me like that. And now he's in a perfect spot, but I put 2 shots into him and rip him to shreds. And I just said to him on the chat, like, very good, you did a good job, you really tried the best in your case. Honestly, in his position, he was fairly doomed anyway. There are 3 guys over there. Oh, but there's an enemy over there. Okay, so that's why I went. I dumped my shots. Will I try to turn around? Actually, I'm gonna go for the bomber. Checked if I have some ammo left. And the Cobra ripped my wing apart because I ignored it. Never ignore enemies, because they will come back and kick you in the ass. But we have another air cobra. So as I said, you saw that how I tried to position myself, constantly exchange energy. That's the basic of fighting in the air. It's not about the armor, it's not about the guns, it's about energy. The one who has more energy, who has more altitude and speed will win. Because the other person will not be able to point his nose at and will not be able to do the maneuvers required to put himself in a vantage point over you. If you have the energy advantage and you know what you are doing, it's fairly safe to say that you won. J87 ripped. And this game is closing to an end. I have the end plates for this, so at least we'll have that. I shot horribly with that. And there's the end game. So, now let's look at the end plates and talk a little bit. So here we have the end plate for this game. You can see I got a hero fighter, destroy the most air targets, reward 5,000 lions. A really nice award, I have to say. And now, let's try to get over this in the fashion that I do War of Tanks. So, aircraft shut down 12 for a decent amount of credits, but we get to that later. Surface units destroyed, none. Critical hits 15, hits 83, assists 7, battle time exactly 10 minutes, activity 100%, mission reward 798, experience, that's for I don't know what for. Achievements 9,900 lions. Also don't know what that's for. So a total of 44,389 lions without a premium account. If I had a premium account, I would get 67,532. And I got modification research 2077. We can see I started up leveling the engine injection new 37mm cannons on the Corsair and on the Cobras, because the F6F already has everything unlocked. And vehicle research 90% because I didn't play with the Mitchell. 1,867 points towards the B25J-20. So yeah, it's not that bad of a score, I would think, and I would like to say, after getting everything. So now let's look at the second plate on this. And on the second plate we can see I was top in my team with 12 kills. The guys behind me had respectively 8 and 7 kills. On the enemy team, the best player had 5 kills. In terms of kills, of course, because the best player in terms of scores had 3 kills. So their overall team really insisted on playing bombers, if you think about it. Which earned us a way nice score for the 3 top players on our team. Is really good. If you have above 2,000 points, then it's already a good game, and we had 4 players that had above 2,000 and the enemy team none. So you could say that we played very nicely and the enemy played into our favor. Also, you can see there's a guy, I'm gonna give him a shout out, from Sam Squadron, Rabonav. Hey dickhead, next time don't even get in the game. Because he lost an aircraft and left the game without doing anything. So he basically left the game right at the start. If you are going to do that, at least give a proper reason for it, or I don't know, do anything. So you're just as bad as the player above him and not the dickhead that leaves the game at the start, leaving your team at a disadvantage. Yeah, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video and that it actually was made in a way that you would like it. If you did like it, please comment on the video so I know that you would like to see more War Thunder content, even in this kind, not recorded gameplay, but record the replay files. If they are good enough, then I will actually save up some replays on my leave and play for you guys next time. So thank you all for joining this, for watching this replay, and I'll see you guys next time on the battlefields, in the airs, or in the fields of Europe.